It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Book. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught by Marquez Callaway. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And they go play action with Book. Open man complete to Humphrey. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. But tapping those toes, he tried to get both inbounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Mayfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that nearly an interception here on its opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
1st and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mayfield to throw it. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. On the counter, here's Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Off the play fake, here's Book. He'll buy some time right. He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a toss, Kamara left side. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Play action now, Book. Going for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They tried run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Browns send out their punter now.
Marquez Callaway deep for New Orleans.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Powers through. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. We'll check on his status when we get back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
3, Saints nothing.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. Book.
Flush to his right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started.
5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple of things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD.
But that's got to. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll power his way up near the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And this will wind up as Saints first down as he gets this up past the 30.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw his book. They'll roll him out right. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Book now. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Book. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point by Ficken, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Ficken to kick off following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one.
coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Mayfield looks to throw.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara,
his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Extra point by Ficken, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Now Ficken to kick off following the touchdown.
Fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield.
And this one's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and 2, Mayfield.
Got an open man. It's Schwartz.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield now. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Oh, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Book.
Looking long for Thomas. And this is caught inside the 5. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Alvin Kamara,
as time expires in the first half.
And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime. Ficking on now for the point after.
And it's 21-3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.